Okay guys, so this is what it looks like after a snow. All the mud on. One trip to town in the Gladiator, all the mud splashed up. You can see the mud coming off here. Plumb up, throws it all the way to the back fender. Then the back fender throws it all up here. So I got some mud flaps from JOYTUTUS. I actually had a set before we put these tires on, but I took them off. So I got a new set. I'm going to go ahead and stick the new set on and see how much of this mud comes off there, because it's just ridiculous going to, you make one trip to town and it gets that much mud. You're still going to get some like that, but all this down the side and the rocks that it throws up there, you can even see where it throws it off the tire up on the mirror. So we'll see how much it eliminates. First thing I got to do is take the water and rinse off under here before I put the flaps on, so it don't have mud in behind it when I bolt them on. I'm going to stick them on there and see what they look like. Okay, so here we are with the box open. Does have a little bit of instructions, tells you where to put the screws. And we'll go ahead and show that they come with the screws. So we got front and rear. This is the rear. And the front and the rear. And this must be the screws in this pack here. Yep. Okay, so there's our screws. Open this up and we'll go back here and see. Maybe put the front one on first, and then the rear one. Okay, so the way it looks is we take out these two rivets that are already in here, or push pins, whatever you want to call them. It is set over these. You don't take these out. So them two bottom ones go here. Then these three holes here be screws. These three and this one will be screws, and we'll stick this one on. So I turned the wheel to make it a little easier. Hopefully I can get in there a little better. We'll go ahead and stick it on there. Okay, so these are the push pegs that come out. You just pull the tab right there and then pull them out. They'll go back in. Kind of hard to video this and do the job at the same time. So I'm going to stick it up there and then I'll show you when I'm done. But in the shop it's not real light, but it's super cold outside. But we'll put them in those two holes here. Stick it up there, then we'll put the screws in it. Okay, you can see I got it on. I got the two screws here. The two push pins are in right down there. And then over there, the screw. So hopefully you can see that. The lighting in here is absolutely horrible, but maybe you can see it right there. Now we'll go to the back, do the other side the same, then go to the back. Okay, so now we're going to do the rear. And the rear just has the three screws. These little indentions here, they actually go over those push pins that you have there. You don't take the push pins out. You can tell the left rear, because it has this curve to go, just to keep it further away from the muffler. It actually don't get close to it, but keeps it further away from melting. So this one ought to actually be easy to install. The front wasn't bad at all either. Okay, that's all there is for the rear. Three screws. It's nice and form-fitting, so you can definitely tell where it goes into place. Put your three screws with the washers on, just like the front, and we're good to go. I'll do the other side and I'll be done. Okay, I got them installed, front and rear. They actually fit real good. They're just like perfect molded fit. So now what I want to do is take it down the yard down here. The road's dry, so I'll just have to take it up through the snow, up through there, up through the field and back, and through this mud, and just see how much mud it's laying. You can see I've already got, that's where I washed it off beforehand, but it's dry, so we should be able to see where any fresh mud is. Now these tires are bigger. These are 35s, so it probably will sling some mud, more than the stock tires. But for the 2020 Jeep Gladiator, the JOYTUTUS mud flaps are a perfect fit. We're going to try them out, see what they do. Okay, I'm back. I ran it down through all that mud. It's really mucky, muddy, wet. There's mud holes there. Up through the field and back through the snow. You see the snow and the mud on the tires. To see the test, I turned the corners and I actually got up pretty good speed, spun the tires a little bit, see how it done. You can see where it throwed it up on my bumper. It's a little bit here, but behind the mud flap, there's a little bit right there on the back of the mud flap where water that ran down. But here on the side, this stuff here you're seeing is the old stuff dried out where I washed it off, but I didn't actually wash it with a mitt, so I just rinsed it off with a hose. But all that's dried. That's not new. See this, it'll look like this if it's fresh mud, like on that bumper. So you can see here, all of it up under here. Look at all the mud on the mud flap itself. And if you look back here, a little bit of water ran down there. This is all a little bit right here and on the bumper that comes up past this. So it does get a little bit on your bumper. Not bad, but you can see the difference where it was before. All the mud went up in here and all over the tail light. See the spots on the tail light and up in here that we don't get muddy now. And all this on the side where it throwed it over from the back tire, it didn't do any of that or any of this stuff. So huge improvement. And they actually don't look that bad, guys. A lot of people think the mud flaps make them look terrible. I don't think they look that bad. I mean, really. And that's with 35s on there. Nitto Trail Grapplers. I can't even talk right. Nitto Trail Grapplers. So you see the same here. A little bit of mud here. Nothing up here. Just the old, where I rinsed it off, the old kind of stains from the mud that didn't come off. And a little bit of water there. You can see a little bit here. So exactly the same thing. And look at the mud and the snow that's caked up under here. I don't know how good you can see that. It's so dark. It's about to turn nighttime on me. But lots of mud under there. So big, huge difference. Thumbs up on that. So I'm going to leave these on and try them out for a while. So guys, I'll put a link below to these mud flaps on my Amazon store. Now that JOYTUTUS did send these to me at no charge to put them on here to do a review, do the install video, but I'm not getting paid a dime by them. I do make a little bit off my Amazon. It's not much. So if you get them off my Amazon store, the link below, it does help support my channel. So thank you all for watching. Catch you on the next one. Right on.